Hello and welcome to this episode in making a GPS AR app. And in this one we are going to be looking at making a compass, but a compass that doesn't always point north. It will also point towards the target you want to go to. So let's take a look at the basic scene. So I've created a new scene. All I've got is the canvas. I've added a text box so we can see the data, so we can understand what's happening. I've created a compass image, which is just that. I think I got that off Pixabay. I've then got a target hand. I just made that in Photoshop, and that's just going to point towards the way we want to head, not pointing north. So I've just created a quick empty called GPS handle. Now I've already created the script because obviously I want to test this first. So I'm going to drag this script onto our GPS handle, and we can see I've already got a bunch of things happening just here. So I've got the text box, so I'm going to drag the text box over. My compass 2D, that is my compass just there. My target hand, dragging that across as well. The arrow 3D, that doesn't exist yet. This is in this folder. I just went into Blender and made an arrow FBX. I'm just going to drag that onto the screen. I'm going to drag a red arrow onto the screen. If I just double click those, you'll be able to see them. There we go, there's the two arrows, so we can see it's pointing north, and the red arrow is going to point to the way we want to go. So I'm just showing you how we can do it in both 3D and 2D. So that is basically our scene set up to go. So in theory, I've not done a bit ever. I need to add arrow across there. Our target, not that one. Our arrow 3D and our red arrow. If you forget to copy these across, your app will still run. It just won't work, and you'll be all confused about why it's not running. I know. I learned that the hard way, especially when I renamed assets. So if you just grab the script off, say, off GitHub, you'd be able to just use this now. You could type in the GPS coordinates of where you want your player to go, and it should just run kind of fine. So, but obviously I'm going to talk you through the code itself. So if I just open that up, start at the very top. So I've got the exact same variables as last time. I've got my units for measurement, which we don't really need for this one, but I'll keep them intact. I've got my start and current location. I'm not currently using start. I'm just using current location. But what I've now added is I've got these public game objects, which is obviously what you just saw me dragging it across. Because even though they are in 2D space, I'm still referencing them as 3D objects. Because they're 3D on the canvas. I've got my 3D models, which you saw me add, the arrow and red arrow. I've got my targets, so while they are hard-coded there, you can easily change them in this part of Unity. What I would recommend in the future is convert this to a list of waypoints, a list of targets you want them to get to, where you could have clues, a bit like with, add it to what we did last week. My still GPS OK, so it's only going to run this if it actually gets a legit signal. I've created a little time delay. The time delay is just so it only checks the compass readings every quarter of a second, otherwise it can get really jittery. You might have different experiences depending on where you are, what your signal strength is, the quality of your phone. And then I've got three more. I've got the magnetic north, true north, because I'm sure many of you know true north and magnetic north, not quite the same direction. And I've also got a variable just to keep track of compass accuracy. So if you see your compass accuracy is 0, then you know you're not getting a compass signal, in which case this is not going to work. My start, I believe, is the same, so have a quick look through. Oh no, I've added this extra line. This makes sure that your compass is actually turned on, because obviously your phone can turn it off. And the rest is identical. So now moving down into the update function, I'm starting the exact same time as the last script, which is if it's okay, I'm outputting my current location. Again, this just helps me know that it is in fact working. You might not need this in your future project. And I'm getting my current location. This is where I've put my little delay. So my delay just takes away how much time's passed since the last frame. Once it's below 0, we reset the timer back to quarter of a second, well, to 0.25. I then get the true north from just using input.compass.true heading. So that's built in to Unity's input system, and that should be pulling it straight off your phone's input system itself, because it's your phone that knows this data. I'm just using math.absolute, so this just makes sure it's a positive number, because I don't want to deal with negative numbers right now. Magnetic north, the same way, and then finally compass accuracy, again, is just coming from that, all built into the Unity Android input system. Should be the same on the iPhone as well, but as previously said, I don't have an iPhone, so I can't test it. And then I'm finally updating my UI. So I'm updating my 3D arrow. I'm rotating this round the y-axis. Depending on how you import and export your models, you might want to play, because its local coordinate system can interfere a bit, but experiment if it goes wrong. So I'm just going the true north and I'm just inverting it so it's pointing away from where I actually am. I had to do a lot of experimenting to get this kind of just right. So again, transforming over the local Euler angles. And then same for the compass. So this is now my 2D one on the UI, but this time I'm rotating this around the Z axis. And again, you might want to play a little bit. You can see it by just sort of clicking there, and if I click on compass, I can come down to rotate, and I can sort of play with these numbers so we can see which way it's going to go. I'll undo that. And the same for the arrow. I can come down here and I can play with the rotation values so we can see the Z axis in that case is not the way we want to rotate. It was the Y axis. Okay, so where were we? So that's us updating the main compass. I can now finally come down to our distance to target from current location, so this exact same line as from last session. But now this is where it gets a bit more tricky if you're trying to understand it all. I want the bearing to my target, so I'm creating a double data type bearing, get bearing, sending my current position and my target position, which of course is pulling it from up here. If you want to put a comment below to see where I'm actually looking towards. So if I come down here, I've got this get bearing. Now I'd like to credit where I got these formulas from, but I went over many different websites and combined quite a few of them. So I'm sending obviously the positions, doing a bit of maths, a bit of trigonometry. I'm then finally converting this because this is all in radians, and of course on screen I want degrees. I'm trying to convert it over to my Euler coordinates. So that's me converting it into degrees, and then finally I'm just subtracting this angle from 360 so I get the number I want. And again, this took quite a bit of just tinkering to get just right in the way that I'm happy with. I'm sure any strong mathematicians out there might have issues or have way better versions, in which case please feel free to share better code below. But then that returns my angle. So I can come back up here where I've now, there we go. I've now got that bearing and I'm putting it on screen. This was just so that I could see that it was what I expected it to be, because I know from using other websites what angle I'm supposed to be looking for. And I went through quite a bit of trial and error. And then finally I'm calculating the target offset because I want to point my arrow relative to where I am, where north is, the way my phone is facing. And again, this took quite a bit of tinkering. So I'm now just the same as before, but it's now the other arrows. Red arrow, again rotating around the target direction. Now something glitched between Blender and Unity, so I've had to do another offset of 90 degrees, which I didn't have to do just with that one. But I decided not to fix it for this tutorial, because if yours doesn't behave the way you expect, you've got two choices: go back to your 3D modeling software and fix it, or just overrule it in the code. It doesn't matter which, as long as you're happy with it. But again, this came from trial and error. And then I'm converting the target hand and I'm displaying that on screen, and then I finally put the actual data also on screen. And again, for an end product you probably wouldn't need to show all this data. I just like to see it can help develop understanding. So that is basically our script. So let's just nip back. I'm going to press save, come back into Unity, take a moment to compile. So if I just press play now, obviously I do not expect this to fully work, but what I expect is it to not crash or do anything weird. So we can see it doesn't know where I am. I have no accuracy of GPS. It thinks I am 600 kilometers, 6,000 kilometers away from my target, because it currently thinks I'm in the center of the Earth, and my bearing to target is 360 degrees, or near enough if I rounded that up. So it's pretty much working the way I would expect. So let's copy over to the phone and take a quick look. So here I am on my phone. We can see it's got all the right data. If I rotate my phone slowly, I am just sat in my house, so it's not going to be perfect, but we can see the arrows are pointing towards my bearing. We can see the bearing changing. We can see relative angles. We can see that it's got the offset between my bearing to target. It's 300 degrees from where I am, because that bearing to target doesn't know which way I'm currently facing, but the relative angle does. So if I point my phone to roughly where I want to look, there we go, it's about 0 degrees. Okay, so that about wraps up for this video. So as always, if you found any part of this useful, please remember to like, positive comment below, subscribe. If you've got suggestions for future content, I've already got quite a list of things now to try and work through, but please feel free to add. And again, hopefully in the next session we'll start looking at how we can now GPS place 3D objects, so you could potentially do a good quality treasure hunt around the planet. But again, like I said earlier, your next step would really be to create a list of waypoints. You could tell people when they're getting hotter or colder towards that waypoint, when they get there to that target. You could come up with a nice little clue, a question, a quiz before they get the next target. You could put timers onto it, so you could create like a whole community treasure hunt system. There's a lot of things you could do, but this is just one of those small building blocks. So thank you for watching. Again, remember to like, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one.